We appreciate you guys for coming out tonight to learn a little bit about all of us who are running. Becky Romero for City Clerk, Jeff Fukasawa, who's running for City Council, Ronnie Tanaka, who's running for his re-election, and hopefully in May we'll be jumping in this race as well for City Treasurer. But I'm running for mayor. This will be my third and final time that I could run before I'm termed out. I've been involved with Gardena now politically for about 25 years. Of that 25 years, 16 years I've actually been an elected official here. I was a city clerk for a hot second and got elected to that position. Then I transitioned over to city council for 8 years, and then I've been mayor now for another 8 years. And one of my goals with Gardena was to make Gardena more of a destination city, because at one time it just seemed like people were just driving through Gardena to get to Torrance, Redondo Beach, or Manhattan Beach. And not that those places are bad, but we want our city great here too. We have a lot of great things in our community, great restaurants like this one here. We have a lot of great events going on in Gardena. And at this time, right now, we have close to 100 events that happen in our city. You know, Rodney earlier talked about, you know, how great our streets are and the budgets that we have going on. Right now, we're spending close to $71 million over a 2-year period just to improve various things throughout our community. So whether it's our streets, whether it's putting more trees out there, whether it's building our new aquatic center, these are the things that a city council does. When you work good with people and you know how to maneuver your way around government, we can make things like that happen. And so because we have a great staff of people who work with us, my colleague, Mayor Pro Tem Mark Henderson, who's here with us as well. Let's give him a round of applause. I don't know if you introduced him or not. But he, along with Rodney, myself, I mean, we know what to do to work to move things in Gardena. And so, you know, we're fortunate that a lot of you guys have come out to support us. But one of the things we need for you guys to do is to share with those that you know who may not know who to vote for a little bit about who we are, about our credibility. So again, some of you, I know you know, I've been to your houses, I've gone to church with you, you've come and visited with me. You guys can be our people out there, our eyes and our ears. You guys are the ones who can be our volunteers. You can put signs out in case anybody wants to donate money to our campaigns. You're more than welcome to do that as well. Campaigns aren't cheap. For myself, I'll probably be spending close to $75,000 just to run for office. But again, today's more about you learning about each one of us here. Some of the things that we do on City Council, along with you know, bringing things like senior centers to the City of Gardena, is that we make sure we have enough police officers in our community. Because for me, safety is the most important thing. So making sure we have enough officers, good response time, make sure our officers are courteous and treat people with respect, even when they're getting arrested. And I'm gonna give you a funny story about that. One day I was at a park, and you must have heard the story. I was at a park and there was a gentleman who walked up to me and said, "Hey, are you the mayor?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I need to tell you something about your officers." And I'm like, oh boy, where's this going? So he goes, "I just wanna let you know, I've been arrested in a lot of different cities, okay?" He said, "But when I was arrested here in the City of Gardena, those police officers treated me with respect." And he says, "And I just want to let you know that." He says, "In fact, I have an ankle bracelet on right now that's coming off tomorrow." And I was like, okay. He said, "But I just thought you needed to know that." And so with him telling me that, it was important for me to let the chief know that, to let our officers know that, because everybody's watching. And so, you know, stories like that, it's really important. Public Works, it's important for them to be out there to give people good service, to keep our streets looking good. One of the things we're doing also is we're getting rid of what we call trip hazards. Anywhere that our sidewalks are raised more than 2 inches, we're either replacing it or we're shaving it down. So things like that we're doing, just keeping our community looking good, making sure our community is safe, and more importantly, keeping us free from any type of extra lawsuits, because that's a big deal. Our buses look great. We've rebranded our buses, where we went from Gardena Municipal Bus Lines when I first got involved with Gardena to now G-Trans. The buses are a beautiful green. The City Council, the community, we all came together to come up with those colors, with the name, and so we're really excited when we see our buses. A lot of our buses are either electric or they're hydrogen now, and so Gardena is going, you know, we're eco-friendly now, and so that was one of the other things that I pushed for. It was really important to us. And so, you know, having good buses, safe buses, making sure it's safe for all of our riders. You know, we've done a lot of things as far as, you hear in other cities how people are getting attacked on their buses. And so Our drivers, they know how to work with our officers. They know about de-escalation, which now is the new thing now because our drivers can't just drive buses. It's a lot of crazy things happening out there in the world. So things like that are really important to make sure that all of our employees have what they need to better serve all of you. Some of our other departments, our Parks and Rec department, I mentioned to you, we're doing over 100 events a year. We have some of the most amazing events for our seniors, for our small kids. In fact, we even have pet events now. That's becoming the new popular thing. So we do a lot for our community from a social side, and that department also does other things. I mean, they're out there with welfare checks with our seniors. We have a special program called a Happy Birthday program for families who can't afford to have a little birthday party or even a cake for their kid. So we give you a box that will have a birthday cake in there with decorations, and then we also keep toys at City Hall so that you can pick out an age-appropriate toy for your child. And so these are just some of the things that we're able to do, for our community. That's just one of many. Our TRP, therapeutic recreation program for those kids who are disabled. We have sports for them to play. And so again, it's such an amazing city that we have. And part of our job as elected officials is to make sure we have the funding for all of that so that we can better serve everybody. What else is there? Our finance department, I think this is our 39th year that we've actually received awards for all of our accounting practices. I'm happy to say that we have over $30 million in our reserve right now, and that's because we've done some really good financial planning. We have an amazing city manager who is a whiz at finances, and when a lot of cities were going into bankruptcy during COVID, Gardena, it was a little bit of the opposite here. We actually came out of COVID actually in a better financial situation than most other cities. And so I wish I could say it's going to always be like that every year, but we want to make sure that we always have the right people working in our city, and along with having the right people, make sure we have a nice, friendly type of atmosphere here. We want to make sure all of our employees, when you come to work, it's not a hostile environment, that they can come to work and feel comfortable to just be able to come in and just do your jobs. We have several other departments, can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but there's a couple more I'm missing here. But again, these are the kind of things that we as city government, as the leaders, we want to make sure that from the top up that everything is working well so that we can serve all of you. Because there's only two things I ever ask our employees or not ask them, but ask of them, and that's to give good service in our community here and do your job. And I like to think that all of them are doing that because a lot of people are very happy when you come into the city of Gardena. And do we finally have it working? Oh my gosh, I know, right? But these are things that are really important to me here. I've enjoyed, being a city council member, a mayor, whatever my title is. Even when it was city clerk, at the end of the day, what I found is that my passion, I love helping people. I love being able to help somebody navigate their way through City Hall. If you're having an issue and you're not able to get to the right person, and you, for whatever reason, need to call my office, or my staff knows how to help everybody, get to the part you need to get to, but to make government easy for you to take care of whatever your issue is. So whether it's getting a pet license, or, how do you do how do you get code enforcement to come to your house, or just how do you get a bus schedule, get senior services for the community, legal services. These are the kind of things that I'm really proud that we're doing in our city.